Guess I'll practice my squats here. I couldn't get this in the camera, but also this in the camera. Continuing on in the bathroom, we're going to do our first sanding. Now I have a plethora of previously used sanding blocks. I probably should buy more. I have not gone to the store, so we will make do. This one here is actually a pretty good one because it's got like the channels in it, which helps to move more of the joint compound, the drywall compound out of it. And then we'll just go from there. This isn't my finishing sanding, so probably will be another day of more drywall fun. Yay! Okay, let's get started on this fun. Okie dokie. Am I? Yep. Think we're working, hopefully. Pretty bad if we weren't. Okay, what I did, obviously, sanded walls. This wall here, you can still see this like discoloration. This is, in essence, I think, the remainder of the glue from the wallpaper. Now, if this was like this wall behind me, the main wall in the room, I would worry more, but because I'm actually doing, well, two things. One, I'm going to be repriming this entire wall from the previously mentioned corner bead, as well as patching in the anchor holes. So I'm going to be repriming it with Kills, the whole thing. So I was just sanding down this wall to kind of knock down any kind of higher edges, if you will. And then two, I'm planning to put wallpaper up here again. Hopefully I have enough. When I measured it out, I wasn't anticipating doing this whole wall. We shall see. Hopefully that's not a future foreshadowing. That would suck. And then also this wall will get a mirror again. Not like one of those full plate-like mirrors, but it's, you know, a mirror with a frame. Sometimes words are hard, right? All that to say, that's why I'm not super worried about getting rid of all of the glue here and more concerned about getting it smooth. So once I get the primer on, everything is nice and flat and ready for the wallpaper sizing, which is that like pre-wallpaper stuff they put on the wall that's supposed to help it both stick but also peel off without pulling off your sheetrock. So that is that. I'm going to clean up the sheetrock dust. Oh, sorry. I didn't even give you the update over here. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it now because I think you can kind of see it. Whatever. This one here is pretty good to go. There's just a couple of little spots that I might come back. Once I wipe it down, get rid of all the dustiness, I might come back with a little bit more joint compound, but the edges are all, I don't feel anything. So visually you can see the kind of edge, but you can't feel anything. This one, I do have a few spots that are kind of, I don't want to sand anymore because I'm afraid I'm going to get down to that like cardboardy paper patch part. So I'm going to do one extremely thin layer of the joint compound here. And then that will mean we have one more sanding to go before we can come in and prime this whole wall. Now the bottom part, actually the whole wall is in primer right now. So I might not be extreme and do the whole wall. We'll see what I end up deciding on that. The other thing that I would like to do is get the wall measured for where the board will go that will have all the cute little wood dowel pegs for the towels. Get that measured so that maybe if it's just enough below this patch line, I can start to work on the upper part and get that wallpaper sizing on. Because when I started the project, I was thinking I had a lot of time, and I sort of do, but I kind of don't. My mom will be down here next week, so in theory, I'd like to get this done before she arrives so that the bathroom's not in shambles for her and Claire. Also, so she can see it looking done and pretty. So that gives us 6 days because she gets here on Thursday. Today's Friday, but you'll probably not see this video until Monday, so you'll see it and only think there's 4 days. Yikes. Unless I posted earlier. Who knows what I'll end up doing. I'm really doing good this week and a little bit last week of trying to post on a daily work week, daily schedule so that I have more videos. So yay, as a reward for you subscribers. Well, I just rambled on and said that I was done, and then I literally forgot I just said I was going to do another coat on here, and I feel like it would be a very bad video YouTuber person if I didn't actually show you the rest. Like, hey, here's the start of this wall patch repair, but we're not going to show you the ending. Thanks for watching. Not funny, I guess, but also pretty funny. So this one I'm really going to do my diggity darndest to have no big lumpy bumpies or edges. So it almost looks like it doesn't even need to be sanded. Oops, and then I goofy'd it up. I guess while I'm doing this, I can tell you, so far, no resolution on the oven. Today is 2 days since the oven glass breakage / call to Best Buy. Not a darn update. Nothing. I have not also called him back. I feel like the more I'm doing this, the more I'm goofing it up. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's just do one more pass over here. And then call it good. Anyway, I could call, which I probably will, honestly. But, like, how annoying. I'm just going to go away. Can't cook. Well, I can cook on the top, but I can't use my oven. There we go. Last one. I feel like that's it. Don't screw with it anymore. And I said I wasn't going to do anything on this one, but I'm going to just fill in ever so slightly. There's like 2 little, almost invisible sort of divots. Now, the funny thing is I will have to come back in and do a little bit of a texture on the wall because Florida enjoys their texture. I think I'm going to do a little more right there. Dang it. I don't want to. There we go. Okay. It's like I'm a little bit of a professional drywaller, which, sorry to professional drywallers for making your craft seem like it's nothing. Oops, there's a little people in there. Okay, stop messing with it. Just stop. Okay, so that's that. Now I will clean up in here and etc. Am I even on camera? Probably not. I'm probably not. Okay. I was cleaning up. I have to show you something. This is what Carol looks like when she can't come do projects with me. She's like pouty because she couldn't come in and be by the mess. So she's right here. we cleaned up. What's up next? So future plan. Well, future plan, I'd be able to like gut the whole thing, but that's not happening. I'm planning to do what's called, shiplap from the whole farmhouse thing, but you can use shiplap in different ways. Installing them vertically will give it the aesthetic that I am looking for, not necessarily farmhouse, but maybe leaning a little bit more cottagey, floor-tastic, if you will. It's also in the inspiration picture from whenever I posted it. Maybe I'll put a little thing here because I have so much white space so you can see my inspiration picture while I am jibber jabbering. So all that to say, the boards come in 8-foot lengths. So if I buy an 8-foot board and I cut it in half, I can have 4-foot boards, get 2 for 1, blah, blah. So my thought would be that the bottom, that the boards will go up 4 feet, and then my board with the pegs on it will be above that, and then above that is the wallpaper. So these are the pegs. Aren't they cute? Am I blurry? Hard to tell because I have such a glare behind me. Oh, let's clean you just in case, okay? Carrying on. Okay, so these are the cute little pegs that will screw into the board, and that board will go from the door all the way. There's like a bend in the wall in very 1980s fashion. They like, there we go, you can maybe see it. So like this is a flat wall that ends into this wall, which is like at a 45-degree angle. And then this wall goes back into that corner of the room. This used to have, if you look in old MLS pictures, a little bench here. I guess you need to rest while you're in the bathroom. It's not close enough to the shower to be a towel spot, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna have the board from the door all the way to where that 45-degree angle wall is. That will be the board with all the pegs. All the way down. But then I want that line to continue around the rest of the room, not the mirror wall, but the rest of the room. So then I'm gonna install the board, continuing here, but this part, oops, I just killed a bug on the wall, won't have the pegs. And then all the way to there, and then the one above the toilet will have the pegs, which will then allow, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Echoing out into the YouTube world. Thanks everybody, appreciate it. Anyway, so I might do pegboard on the back wall where the toilet is. Here, because then that could be a hook for when you're in the shower. You can't do it here because the tile comes all the way up to this corner. So maybe I'll put pegs there, maybe I won't, haven't decided. Regardless though, that board will come all the way around the room. So what I'm doing now, once again, long story, not short, I want to measure so I know where the 4-foot line is, so I know where that board will go, and then the board is a 1 by, shoot, what did I end up doing? 1 by, hold please. Went with a 1 by 5, but the actual measurement of the board then is 1 by 4.75, 3¼ whatever. Anyway, so I'll measure that, and then basically the wallpaper can dye anywhere in that section because it will be covered by the board. But the line I need to find is that 4-foot line from the ground to know where the board's going to sit. Yeah. So I brought in my level, I got my pencil, got my tape measure. I'm gonna measure from the ground up, draw the horizontal line, call it good. I might do like 4 1/4 or whatever, just to, in theory, the ground should be level. The walls might not be straight or plumb, but the ground should be level. That said, there's always probably a little bit of deviation just in the way the tiles were laid. So I'm going to account for that and just come up just ever so slightly. Now, when I go to install those boards, future Adrienne self, future project, I can always just cut those exactly as I'm like putting them, but it would be very nice, future me, to know that I can cut all of them 4 feet all of them will fit. And then they would have the baseboard on it anyway. So if there's a little bit of jiggity jaggy at the bottom, that's fine. But I'd rather know I have a little play than have to custom cut each one of those. I think that makes sense. Yeah, it does. So let's go to fast motion, because other than, I guess, me talking to myself, it's probably not going to be that interesting to literally watch me measure on a wall. Let's do it. We're going to do it. We're going to prime the wall. Prime the wallpaper primer, not the Kills primer. I'm using wallpaper primer, literally called wallpaper primer. I used it for my kitchen and in the entryway. Have I taken that wallpaper off yet to know that it for sure works? No. Future Adrienne's got to deal with that. Beep. I'm going to also do it on a time lapse because also super boring. But sometimes when you're just watching and vegging stuff in bed, I know I enjoy seeing people do what seem like mundane tasks when you're recording them, but it kind of makes sense in the whole thing, right? So yeah, let's go. I took my microphone off. Hopefully it's not going to screw up the sound too much. I'll speak really loudly directly to you. In my continued, let's try to get as much done as I possibly can on this here Friday, I am going to prime this wall. Wish me luck. Hopefully it works out. It might even be that by the time I'm done, the wall patches might even be dry enough to finagle. We'll see. Okay. I keep saying okay. I'm gonna have to cut out all the okays. Okay, 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 okay. Let's go fast motion again. So I don't know how long your hyperlapse time lapse will be, but it was like, call it 15 minutes. This is a pain in the butt brush. It's really stiff bristles. It doesn't really matter. Again, I'm just priming it so that I can basically seal in the wall so that I can then do wallpaper primer so that I can wallpaper. Now I did move it, meaning the brush, a few times over like this area. And it's kind of goopy, so I'm hoping that prior oil paint doesn't come back to bite me in the tush tush, but we're gonna let it be. I think I'm gonna let it dry. I might need to kind of sand it a little bit so I don't get bumpies on my wallpaper. And it's behind the mirror, most likely, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll check another box off on my list of things to